Welcome to another episode of Hereford FC on Vanilla FM, and today we're going to play the last match of Sky Bet Championship for the season 2029-2030. Starting with catching up with our sponsor Nugent, so Sam Robsman. He is playing for a rival club, Bristol City, who also plays in the Championship, and I have a feeling, they're finishing third, which means there's a good chance Sam might be playing in the Premier League next season. We'll keep an eye on him for next season, going forward. But he's developing quite well. Who knows, he might even end up back here, although it says he's not for sale, so we'll see. So that's Sam Robsman. Another player that I want to highlight is Matt Richards, who still plays for Hereford and has just been given a new contract. So either he will play with us next season in the Premier League, and that will be a cool story. Sam Richards, an original Hereford player, playing in the Premier League with Hereford. That'll be amazing. Or we'll end up loaning him out to another club, but we'll see how it goes. He needs to develop a little bit. He's coming up to 25, so he's probably haven't got much more to develop, so I think if he plays for the Premier League, it probably will only be for half a season, but it's still a pretty big achievement, I would say. Sorry, I just bumped the mic there. But if we see the story of Matt with us, we did manage to sell him out to Hornchurch for a season, but then his contract ended and we got him back for free again. And he's been playing pretty consistently, around 30-40 appearances per year, even in his first season with us. Not so much when he was in Hornchurch, surprisingly. But there we go. So yes, he's been doing well. His last season was okay, not his best. Actually, probably his worst with us so far. But that'll be a cool story, so stay tuned next episode to see if he's still with us. Now, let's get going with the history of this season. So we did pretty well. We actually managed to end up in the final of the Carabao, which we lost to Spurs on penalties. On extra time. And the semi-final of the FA, we lost against Liverpool. We did manage to beat Arsenal. Where is Arsenal? Yeah, there we go. Arsenal on penalties. That was quite cool, actually, because the winning penalty was scored by David Harrington, our goalkeeper, because he went into like the 7th penalty or something like that. Excuse me. Very early in the morning recording this. Right, so we are going to play Wrexham next. Our previous match was a 5-0 match against Leicester with 4 goals scored by Cesar Ferreira, who is on loan to us from Portugal, which is sick, really. But we're going to lose him next season. But we do have, I forgot to mention, if I go to budgets, 25 million for next year to spend. However, I don't really understand how, because if we look at the finances, we are in debt, and the board is saying they're going to build a new stadium, although the plans still haven't materialized. So I don't know where all that money is going to come from. We're going to play the next match. I've already prepped the starting 11. And this is just the final match. No big stakes here because we've already won. We won with like maybe 10 matches to go in the championship. Seems to be a bit of a trend for us here in Hereford. Doing really well. We won't be able to do that in the Premier League. There's no chance because there's a big spread of teams. The difference between the top 5 is much bigger than the difference between the entire selection of teams in some of the lower leagues. So looking forward to next season. I think we're going to start hitting a pinch point in terms of finance, because our stadium so far is still the original stadium with about 6,000 seats, just under 6,000 seats. Some of the players have been asking for extended contracts, and the money they're asking for is like 5 times the money they're on now. So it's going to get pretty expensive pretty soon. I think I'm going to have to rely on a lot of loans. Not too many, obviously, because we can only have so many. But I think I need to make the most of loans and any sort of free deal or young players that I can find for not much money. Which is, to be honest, the trend for this save is relying on young players. This player here that just scored a goal, Torin, he's still on a non-contract. I managed to keep his contract expired 4 seasons ago. And he hasn't asked for a renewal, he hasn't asked for a new contract. He's a non-contract player who's just happy to hang around, you know. He gets paid per match. He doesn't have a salary, he gets £0 a month, but he gets paid 200 and something pounds per match, plus unused substitutes and maybe goal bonuses. So, also Leon, this defender here, Keely Quinn, he's also been out of contract for a couple of years now. It's a salaried contract, so he receives a monthly payment, but still quite happy to just hang around. You wouldn't really get that in previous versions of FM. They would leave the club, which I think is silly, really. Does that count as a goal? I think that could count. On the line is a goal, right? Or is it past the line? I can't remember. I think it's past the line. I think the ball has to be in contact with the line to be in, and if it's not in contact with the line anymore, then it's out. I think for next season we're going to have to keep a lot of the squad that we have. I always say that, and then I'd always do a massive overhaul, but especially because we have such a large budget, even though I don't know where that money is coming from. But I think we probably end up keeping a lot of the same squad and just bring in a couple of key additions. I think we're sorted for goalkeepers. But we do have quite a few loans to replace. So let's have a look here. Yeah, let's not do any changes, that's fine. I think we're sorted for goal. I think that excuse me, I've been sneezing a lot lately. I think we've got to replace a couple of loans in defence. One central defender, one right defender. And another loan in defensive midfield. A couple loans in the striker position, actually got 2, and one more loan in the attacking midfield right position. So we have a few loans to replace. Those are a given. And Eddie Fox is actually joining us on a permanent contract straight after his loan finishes, so that's fine, we don't have to replace him. And then in terms of weak positions, to be fair, we don't really have one because we've got a good spread of backups. Our bench might be a little bit weak in some areas, but obviously we're going to be against much tougher teams next year. But to be fair, we haven't done too badly against Premier League teams in the cup competitions, so not too worried. As long as we improve the squad a little bit, I think we'll be alright. We won't go straight for champions like we have for every single season, for every league so far, but I think we'll go at least mid-table, if not European positions. Okay, let's do our 4 subs all in one go. We're gonna get Jones in, and Fox for Sinclair Brown. This guy's really good. He scores lots of goals. He had a good match in the previous match, so I'm hoping he'll carry on the scoring streak from one match to another. 4 goals in the previous match. I think 11 or 12 so far since we got him in over the winter. So, pretty good. Here he is. That's too far. That was too optimistic from him. I think a 1-0, it's not a bad way to finish. At least it's a win. It's nothing spectacular, but it's a win. And we are champions. And we're gonna head over to the Premier League next. Let's see what kind of news items we get immediately after this. Playoffs. Yeah, let's praise him. Good. Are there any loans that I can release already? Let's look at loans. First team. Can I release you? No. I'm always looking for ways to save every bit of money, but I don't think I can release them just yet. Okay. Right, let's continue. Got a new assistant manager for our under 18s. Oh, got vision for next year. Let's see what we have. So we have opening the budget, attacking. I'll always decline anything if I can. Build a stadium. I think the board is working on that, so I'm going to ignore that. It's not really up to me, so they probably put the entertaining football back in. How many times can I do this? Okay, confirm. And the meeting. Let me just work through some of these first. Yeah, let's ask for recommended signings. That's always good. I've got nothing to say about that. Oh yeah, supporters update. I think this doesn't actually update that much. I think the season ticket holders and the season ticket waiting list is broken, because that doesn't seem to shift at all. start. Yeah, 5 weeks is good. Destination. Current plans is to go to France. I think let's go to the Algarve. I think that would be cool. Alright, and I think I'll leave it there. I don't want to go through the season meeting on camera because that always makes me nervous. But yeah, we'll leave it there. A shorter episode. I need to get to work anyway, so I need to get going this morning. But yeah, so we are facing going to the Premier League. The squad won't probably change too much, but I will do the overall transfer window off camera, and then I'll bring you in once it's completed and we've played a couple matches, so you can see how it is all set up. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you want to support the channel, either support on YouTube or you can also head over to Patreon as well. That'd be amazing. And yeah, really appreciate it. Take care. Bye bye.